Hi, I'm Nick from San Francisco City College, and I'd like to give you a tour of our facility. This is our automotive repair facility. So starting our tour, we have a row of 3 alignment racks. So an alignment rack is a specialized rack that has sensors and sensitive cameras, and then this computer console that allows us to make important adjustments to the 4 wheels of a car to make it roll straight and true. Speaking of rolling well, here we have our tire area. First, I'd like to show this state-of-the-art tire balancing machine. This is called a road force balancer, and this allows us to essentially put the pressure and weight of a car on the wheel and see how it rolls and really test our tire before mounting it on the car. Here's one of our tire mount and dismount machines, and a second one, and 2 more balance machines. Moving forward, we have a large row of lifts flanking both sides of the shop. So we really have plenty of space in here for not only the school cars, but the student cars to go up and have real service done, which you can do only with the car lifted up in the air and all 4 wheels off the ground. Moving back here, we have an area where we work on engines. So this is our engine out and then rebuild and engine back in zone. These are tables that allow the engine and transmission components to be disassembled, and then the fluid drains off. We have a lot of practice equipment, extra engines and transmissions to be disassembled and reassembled, as well as many vehicles that are owned by the school, I'm sorry. Here we have a metalworking area, because at times when you do auto body work, you have to fabricate a metal component. So that's what that area is for. Student lockers, work attire is important when you're working on cars, and tools are important. Lugging those things back and forth maybe not so great, so students are provided access to lockers. Moving back, this is the tool room. The tool room is a library for tools. So you would come here if you want a tool or a piece of equipment. You hand over your ID, check out the tool, and you get your ID back when you bring the tool back. All right, here's a typical classroom. We have these training boards, and there's Joe over there. Hey there, Joe.
How's it going?
And our typical classroom, which you're probably accustomed to. So moving on to more shop stuff, I'll bring you over to the paint booth, which is this large metal structure back here. The paint booth allows us to professionally paint vehicles. And this is a powder coating oven. So if you've ever seen a powder coated part, this is a giant oven where you place the part, maybe a wheel or other component goes in here, and the powder is sprayed on and then baked on. There's our paint mixing room here. Paint is mixed, and that keeps the paint nice and free of dust to do it in a kind of separated room. And moving back here, this is our auto body area. So we perform 2 major tasks here. One, we straighten the frames of the vehicles post-accident. So if you have a vehicle that's not straight due to an accident, we're able to straighten the frame. And then in the central area, we do the body filler and sanding. And as you can tell, we also have quite a bit of welding activity in here. So we have a lot of welding equipment that allows us to practice and learn to weld. And then finally, sandblasting cabinets that allow us to clean rusty parts effectively, and then a small powder coating oven for small parts. And then going back to where we started and kind of wrapping up our tour, I'd like to show you, oh, well, here's our chemical storage area. Used motor oil and other fluids have to go here. Here's the access to the shop and rear parking lot. And finally, some brake-specific equipment. We have the brake lathes where we practice cutting brake rotors and drums, and a spring compressor. So that's our tour, and I welcome you to pose any questions you may have about this facility. Most of our class information in terms of hours and times is online, but if you have a question about our equipment, facilities, or sort of how we operate, I welcome you to email me at nrothman@ccsf.edu. And thank you for watching this tour.